Israel pausing today to remember the 6 million Jews killed in the Holocaust. As the world mourns the victims of Nazi genocide, a new poll shows more than two-thirds of Americans fear a nuclear Iran could bring a second Holocaust. Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen has more on the story.
Never again. That's the solemn hope spoken for 8 decades after the slaughter of millions of European Jews. I was at the Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony last night at Yad Vashem, the first since my grandmother, a 98-year-old Auschwitz survivor, passed away. I can tell you the feeling here amongst many Israelis is Iran is racing toward a nuclear bomb. A powerful moment in Israel. People stopping on the road, in stores, at work, everywhere for 2 minutes to remember the 6 million victims of Nazi genocide. On Wednesday evening, a torchlighting ceremony at Yad Vashem in Jerusalem and sharing of testimonies that as each year passes, fewer survivors will be alive to share. Today, the fight over remembrance faces a new struggle, the battle to prevent a second Holocaust.
If the regime in Iran acquires nuclear weapons, attaches them to high-speed ballistic missiles that they already have, the Ayatollah could do in 6 minutes what Adolf Hitler took 6 years to do.
Joel Rosenberg is a prominent conservative author and chief editor of All Israel News. Currently, he's leading an accomplished evangelical delegation of American business and media leaders to Bahrain and the UAE, both original signers of the Abraham Accords brokered under President Trump. I was invited to join the trip for Newsmax. In meeting after meeting with high-level diplomats, one topic surfaced: the threat of a nuclear Iran.
Historically, Israel has been alone in the region in terms of how would we deal with a nuclear-armed Iran. Increasingly, there's a real concern now. Will the United States be there for us?
Rosenberg's All Israel News just released a new poll revealing two-thirds of Americans believe the Iranian regime wants to use nuclear weapons to wipe Israel off the map. The poll also shows only 31% of Americans believe a new nuclear deal being pushed by a Biden administration that's perceived as weak around the world would make the world safer. It's not just Israel under constant threat. Moderate Muslim majority nations like the UAE and Bahrain acknowledge the threat from Iran as well.
So to sit with these leaders in these Arab countries and here in Israel, to thank them, but also say, how can we as evangelical Christians, how can we support, how can we strengthen, certainly how can we pray?
Bahrain's interior minister told the delegation his country's first, second, and third threat are Iran. One other theme discussed in over a dozen high-level meetings with the diplomats, not just a tolerance of one another, but a dedicated effort of coexistence between Muslim, Jewish, and Christian neighbors. Now, that's very much at odds with Iran's hardline regime, and why many are hopeful more moderate Muslim nations will join the accords. Now back to you.